Myself, Satyavir Singh. I'm working as a senior research scientist at Media Lab issue in New Delhi. It's an organization of Department of Electronics and Information Technology, Ministry of Communication and Information Technology, Government of India. So we are working in different sectors like livelihood enhancement, primary healthcare, empowerment of differently abled, and education. So today I'm going to present specially a mobile-based tool for managing and collecting data at field level by health workers. So it has especially two parts. One is for mobile, and similar on server side it's synchronized at at server side it's a web-based application. So currently what's going on ki health workers are collecting data on registers or papers or on diary, and then just they are taking a lot of time to generate the reports to send the aggregated information at high level. So here we have tried to reduce their manual record keeping the burden, and it also ensured that data would be available timely, that efficiently, and with reducing that redundancy also. So definitely it will help to improve that MMR and IMR if they'll focus on this service side rather than data collection and collection side. So yeah, it also create a work plan for health workers. Based on that, they can go, they can plan their visit. They can they can prioritize their work based on the work plan, and it also facilitates the individual tracking, and that health worker can see that high risk pregnancies, and that's also facility they can manage that family welfare program separately. So just I'll show that it has a number of modules, like the house detail module. It has the key what's the facility available at house level, like what's they have their at their home, that's a washroom they have or not, and like in the case of vector study, what's the condition of containers if there's a there's around my house, and demographic detail. Like MCTS, mother and child tracking system, it's like a superset of MCTS. We are collecting that MCTS data, that's a reproductive and child health. And we can utilize this data for different programs like IDSP, that's a separate program. We can communicate, we can synchronize, we can share the data from our system to MCTS, IDSP, NICSA, it's for TB, and for different like national program like malaria, leprosy. So the same programs can utilize this database, and that's a option to integrate with other like Ministry of Women and Child Development, like Vatsalya Plus is already available, so that different programs, different application can be interconnected, that information can be exchanged. Like these are some screenshot of mobile-based application. So just right. So these are some similar application for web-based app. So this is our experience of pilot deployment. It has been deployed in Kerala around 3 blocks. So where 120 mobile devices with application we have given to health workers, and they collected about 7.22 lakh population with that. And it also it has been used, like Madam already told, UNICEF has a multimedia content or clips to aware that community, so that clips can be played here to sensitize or mobilize the community. So definitely that's a good approach. Even recently we have taken a project in Varanasi. This Lallapura cluster is a project of Department of Electronics IT, where we are using, trying to utilize whatever content is available definitely we will also try to utilize UNICEF content, and we also have some content. If there's some time, I would like to show that content. I have one video also where actually how that field workers are going to the field and how they are collecting the data. Just it will have a look. Excuse me.
Model in a typical backward taluk. The system provides mental health services at grassroots level by strengthening health data collection and follow-ups, reminders, alerts using mobile devices. The system has two parts, that is mobile application and web-based application. This is mobile application where using login screen, main window appears. Main window has a setup menu where data can be exported to the central server and data can be imported from the central server to the mobile. In task module, there are 11 modules.
Yeah, these are the modules which are available in mobile use application. It's a mobile screen, so the data can be entered based on their registers, whatever already they are using. So just we try to use the similar format like house detail, demographic, child and reproductive health. Maternity has the antenatal and postnatal care both. The disease registration and follow up, that's a separately RNTCP is separate program. And the health, that detail actually has the cause of death. So that's an important point. You can identify what's the cause of death in this specific area and what's the reason. So then you can analyze the data. So this is a very important data. And so migration data, suppose one pregnant lady is migrating one place to another place, definitely it can be tracked through the application. And vector study and health advice is also part of that. So thank you very much. Just can ask some questions and you can provide some suggestion and comments for more improvement of that application. No. Through net or through whatever wherever the internet connectivity is available, support at PSC or wherever, either in at cyber cafe, it can be synchronized with that through USB cable. No, currently we have used Windows Mobile. Right. So even we are parallelly we are working for Android one, but whatever we pilot tested is for Windows Mobile. No, it's not a web-based application. That mobile one is not a web-based application. Yeah, it can be definitely, because main database is at a server side. So it's a web-based application. It can be used based on their access by different health professionals, like a supervisor or a medical officer or whoever is like a authorized person. So they can utilize that application. Currently, we have tested with All India Institute of Medical Sciences. There was a project in Ballabgarh where we tested some of clips like anemia, vector-borne disease, milk-borne disease, jukam, khasi, like some common disease. We have tested, At that time, we tested with handheld device. There was a compact iPad. There was a problem with the battery and size of screen. But now tablets are available, so screen is very big, and the battery is available. I think it's more than sufficient. So definitely, we can utilize that UNICEF content.
What kind of training you organize for workers to get used to
Right.
this program?
So basically, at least a week training is required to use that mobile. So mostly we have experienced that who are little bit aged people or health workers, they are, they are hesitating to use like a touch screen mobile, but still they are enforced to use it. Just what they are doing, they are collecting data at through diary or register, and then coming to back and putting the data into mobile and then syncing with the server. So definitely that's the problem with the acceptance. So, but if it's the enforcement from top to bottom, definitely it can be done like a banking side. Currently it's mobile. It's mobile, but we have not used that this one SIM card for SMS. Just we have used as a handheld device for data collection and synchronizing with the server.
Couple of things.
Right.
And this question is to you and also maybe health department officials, and I would also like inputs from CDAC. See, this whole thing about HMIS and data being collected, that is one point. Second is, we have been discussing about it, tracking of functionaries and households.
Right.
So whether ASHA is making visit to required household, high-risk mothers or not, left out children or not. So one is data collection over
Right.
mobile phone, which is synced. Second is tracking of ASHAs to see whether the households are being covered on regular basis or not. And third is the counseling component of it, wherein if ANC is going for a visit for ANC, then there should be something on the mobile wherein she can talk about or show it to people. So there are three components. My question is that here and there we have been hearing few components coming together, but can we get all these content together into a single packet? And if the answer is yes, then what are the steps involved and a tentative idea of costing, steps in terms of what is the next step? And I'm sorry we are preceding this, but the last session is more about that. So you identify department-wise one or two initiatives which you want to take forward, and then we identify steps, and then we see that how others, mobile apps developers, companies and all could play a role. So that decision by end of the day we have to take. So since your presentation is here, and
Right.
I think NEED should be also presenting on similar line, I would like to understand if we can develop a integrated package for MP, and if it is already there, in what way it can be adapted.
So for that, definitely I would like to say something, because already Kerala and Bihar, they come forward, they floated a tender where they are implementing hospital information system, integrating with public health monitoring on mobile. It's already on on the line. I mean, they are already coming forward. They floated the tender, especially it's a 20th June for Kerala and the 27th June the last date for Bihar one. So definitely it's possible for MP also, but that's a need to take the initiative. So that's the problem actually. Yes, all the components, complete public health monitoring, disease surveillance, hospital information system, MIS, all the things. I mean, that's a very big RFE from Kerala. If you'll see, it may be like more than 200 pages RFE. So definitely and based on this our initiative only, they took a project from World Bank funding from National E-Governance Division. That's an initiative from the Kerala. Definitely it should be rolled out throughout the India. So definitely it's our definitely it's open on website Arog Kerala. It's available. I'll send that RFC. I have the copy of it.
For validation of the data sent by the worker, it should be possible to locate the worker on GPS, like from where they are sending the data. So if that can be made possible, that will improve the data.
I would like Ashish to answer that question about how through a SIM you're able to track the location of the mobile phone where it's standing. And there seems to be some confusion here, because yesterday in my conversations with a lot of the groups, I realized that there is some confusion, Ashish. So sorry to peg this onto you, but I really think that the group needs to understand how the SIM, independent of the belief is that the ASHA worker can tweak this information, can actually be filling this out in her home and can cheat the system and say that she was actually in a village which is 35
like
kilometers
one
away.
A&M has about 5 to 6 villages,
Or the ANM.
and she's supposed to visit them at least twice in a month. So if it is possible to track, that will make it validation and verification very easy.
Okay, there are two ways you can track any person. One is using the hardware, and one is using the mobile network itself. The mobile network tracking is commonly known as AGPS, assisted GPS, as it is called. So all the cheaper version of phone which claims that they have a GPS facility, they typically use the triangulation through the mobile technology and give you about 500 meters, 200 meters accuracy, saying that they'll not tell you exact lat long, but within 200 meters of whatever the positioning is being told, the person will be available. Now, to ensure that you are able to track it, and I was also going through the presentations and having this thing in my mind, your application need to use the native support from the device. So in case you want to track it, and in your case, I think most of the times you need to rely on the GPS rather than AGPS, because if you will have people going into the places which might not be illuminated by the network. So what I mean to say is that at a place where network is not available, जिधर मोबाइल का सिग्नल ही नहीं है, उधर AGPS काम नहीं करेगा. तो आपको क्या चाहिए, आपको आपका डिवाइस जो भी आप चूज करें उसके अंदर इंश्योर करें कि वो GPS enabled है. When you are developing the application, ask your developer to give you an application which works in and picks up the data of the place where network is also not illuminated, which is possible. So GPS works irrespective of network. If you have a GPS hardware module in your device, it will work irrespective of the network. If your application is calling it off, typically what happens is most of the applications when they develop, they use a GPS because of it is much easier to use than going on to the GPS. So that's the only, I think, if you are using a GPS, there is no reason to doubt.
Can I say something?
GPS. It is easy to switch it off. Right. It is. But so it will be turned off. But then in your app, if you have that data can't be saved without the taking the actual location, which is like which we use in our normal day-to-day life. When I track my own employees who are out in the field, so we track it that way. Otherwise, AGPS, I don't know.
There's actually a new concept that's coming into the market. Google has launched fused location services. So with the fused location service, you can actually connect with the mobile tower, with the GPS, with the Wi-Fi, whatever is available in the vicinity, they track that down and provide the most accurate location up to 200 meters to the user. So you may not have GPS enabled also, you may not have Wi-Fi enabled also, you may not have mobile tower also, but whatever location is available with Google fused location locator, you can actually track that.
But my only
it's just a combination of all the technologies that are available.
I know.
It's not relying on only one.
I agree with you, but my only remission here is that I don't know how many places where we are actually talking of making an impact will have any of these, whether it is Wi-Fi or any kind of a connectivity.
That's a good combination of all of that. So whatever is available, it's going to actually locate that match.
Yeah.
Sorry to be the dumb one in the room, but can I just understand in English whether the whether this is on the device or if this is on the SIM or this is on the server or whatever, or the cloud?
It's all three.
It's on all three.
So I think basically, ma'am, I think is trying to ask if whether it's fabricated by user or not. I think.
It
Huh?
depends a lot on the kind of a application you are developing. For example, the AGPS which is based on the SIM. Okay. To give you in a very simple parallel, आपके पास एक तरीका है कि in that case, the application manufacturer or the person who is making the app need to ensure that he does not take the input without ensuring, and user has to switch it on. It can't be switched on automatically. कोई भी एप्लीकेशन ऐसा नहीं है जो अपने आप जीपीएस को स्विच ऑन कर सके. अगर मैं चाहूँ कि मैं अपने फोन का जीपीएस ऑफ कर दूँ, तो if I want to put, for example, I'll give you my own example. The way we use our attendance system, I can be anywhere in the world and I can be working. We have a work from home thing. I can be anywhere, but at the same point in time, I have to put in a little app and go and pick it and say I am working or not. It's completely user based. I can choose to say I am working and not working, but that's on a user's integrity as the organization believes in. तो आपका यूजर में आपके एप्लीकेशन में ये फैसिलिटी होना चाहिए कि वो बिना जीपीएस स्विच ऑन किए उसको डेटा एंट्री ना करने दे. अगर वो डेटा एंट्री के टाइम पे जीपीएस ऑन करेगा, जीपीएस हमेशा सही लोकेशन उठाएगा, वो आपको देगा इट इज एक्यूरेट अप टू 20 meters.
Can I say one thing before we wind it up?
वो हमेशा बोलता है कि स्विच ऑन करो. उसमें सिर्फ एक ही ट्रिक होता है, you switch it on and then switch it off. It will take the last GPS location. But that's something which I think your application manufacturer need to get a little more savvy in terms of that it checks constantly after every 5 seconds of interval, saying if it is not on, because you are asking a lot of data feeds to be filled up. You are asking the name, house number, blah blah blah, which will take about a minute, 2 minutes or 3 minutes. If it is 3 minutes, it's calling the GPS after every 5 seconds. The application is calling for the GPS location. If a worker has switched it off, it will hold up there only and say, please switch on your GPS before you can proceed. And if it says so, GPS will certainly refresh the last 3 best known location and will give you that. And it does not need any internet connectivity at that point in time. So the person, it goes, sits in your something called आपके जो इसके अंदर कैशे मेमोरी रहेगा, उसके अंदर एप्लीकेशन मेमोरी में बैठा रहेगा. जब भी आप उस डेटा को अपलोड करेंगे नेटवर्क में आके, it will upload the location. So I think one thing which you need to rely is that do not take the upload location, take the data entry location. If you are asking people to fill up the data at the user's house, that's something which I think in app we need to work it around. That's the limitation of the technology.
One thing, sir, I would like to take from Ashish, what he was saying, ultimately company relies upon the integrity of a person. All the devices and gadgets and gizmos that we are talking about, what kind of a state we are creating? Are we going to question our 80,000 or 1 lakh, the workers in a field, sir? There are two issues with that. It's not going to increase the efficiency, number one, sir. And second thing is that we live in a democratic world, sir. You track the location of 5 a.m., suspend them. Next morning, you get a call saying that what are you doing? And the best part is that the best company in the world that we know, be it Infosys or be it a Wipro or whatever, they don't push their employees on the work, hours. They say you work from home, wherever you produce a riddle.
The whole idea is the person knows that he or she can be tracked. That improves.
That is enough.
So we are not going beyond that. Right?
Yeah, it has to be balanced somewhere.
So I have
You are being monitored or tracked. You will be on track.
there's only one dumb thing also I have to talk about. Before we use GPRS, don't we have to map the homes of the villages? So wouldn't that be a huge effort? Is whole Madhya Pradesh mapped out? And because when you an NGO which was working on mapping of toilets in it's a huge effort. So when you're talking of tracking of ASHA workers visiting an individual home,
So we will track them, the area to visit village.
Not the house.
okay.
Just the location of where you located. Which village.
आने वाले सेंटर पे गए विलेज में गए कि गांव में वहाँ से वो डाटा जो है भले वहाँ पर वो टावर होगा सिग्नल होगा नहीं होगा लेकिन वो डाटा वहाँ पर अपलोड करेगा.
हम ट्रैक भी नहीं करेंगे मगर
ये देखेंगे कि वो वहाँ पर ट्रैक एग्जिस्ट है.
तो आप गांव और आंगनवाड़ी सेंटर आपने मैप किया हुआ है. आंगनवाड़ी सेंटर का मैप किया हुआ है.
तो अभी जो सब सेंटर है CHC PHC सब सेंटर
उसका मैपिंग की है.
that is not a big thing.
That is not a big thing. It can be done.
But the ASHAs can be tracked.
Asha may not be able to.
Asha is at the village.
From the village, she will stay in the village. We don't need to trace her. आशा आंगनवाड़ी उसी विलेज में रहते हैं जहाँ पर उनका हेडक्वार्टर है, वहीं पर रहेंगे जहाँ वो पढ़ता है। ना आंगनवाड़ी सुपरवाइजर सुपरवाइजर के पास में 20 से 25 आंगनवाड़ी सेंटर होते हैं। आंगनवाड़ी वर्कर तो वहीं रहती है ना।
Just to get information, you can get it from anywhere, wherever you work. I mean, it is user's point of view. He can enter wherever she wants to do it. But to track her whether the information which she is getting is from the place where she has been posted. If that be the case, then this is the method we should adopt. That's what the GSP-based caption has.
So there are multiple reasons for it. The kind of a work also we are into, we travel a lot of up-country locations and all of that. We also observe a very, very strict traveling policy saying no travel before 6 a.m., no travel post 10 p.m. And hence it is required to know that where your employee is.
Okay. So what we'll do is, how many app developers are here? How many? 1, 2. But you have a knowledge about it. You are not as dumb as we are. Right? So we have 3-4 people. So on the final session, when we get into our groups and do our work, maybe you should divide yourself in all the groups so that you give them some idea as to how apps would be developed and things like that.
One more thing which I wanted to add.
We will do that.
One more thing which I want to add right here. I was working with Tata Docomo and Indicom. I developed an app where is suppose my executive goes to Hoshangabad. I was heading Bhopal, and once he reach Hoshangabad, an SMS will come to my mobile, or I will see he is in Hoshangabad. What he did, the Hoshangabad guy, he diverted all his calls from that mobile to another mobile. So his location was always in Hoshangabad, and he never goes to Hoshangabad. I saw him in New Market, and I checked his location. He was in Hoshangabad only. Then I actually found out. So he was actually diverted all his calls to another mobile. He personally he was using that mobile phone only. The phone which was given by me to him, he was keeping that phone in Hoshangabad in the distributor premises, and I was thinking कि वो तो वहीं घूम रहा है. That is also I thought I should share it with you.
हेलो हाँ नहीं चालू कर लिया हाँ नहीं केवल एसएमएस में तो वो ड्रॉबैक हो सकता है मगर कभी कभी कॉल कर लें तो क्लियर हो जाता है नहीं आप जब कॉल करते हो तभी तो पता चलता है कि इट इज़ बीइंग डाइवर्टेड